As we've been thinking where I am about coming back in the office, that was like the number 2 concern of all the employees. Is my career going to be suffering if I don't come into the office? So it's very real that people are thinking about that. It takes very thoughtful managers to be aware of where that bias may be, and I think that's the first step, is managers do have to learn about the bias.
A lot of things come back to leadership, being brave enough and strong enough and skilled enough to sort of move into this new space. And so as a leader, leaders will need to step up the game. They'll have to get really creative, maybe even, we talked about this democratizing. What is it that your work from home folks need? What would make them feel seen? Ask the question and then build it into your leadership style.
Managers realize they have to manage remote work. They're just struggling to figure out the big things as to, how do you give them feedback? How do you make sure they have a learning path? And how do you make sure that they get to work on things that they love to work on? And managing these, it's a learning process for executives themselves.
The talent that is at home, right, is as valuable as the talent that you see around you. But how do we make sure that that talent shines? And I think that's the job of our leaders. So we know that employees now are focusing on impact, not exclusively. We've got people all over the map who don't care about impact, but there's a large group of individuals, young people especially, who are really centered around that. And if your organization isn't the big Fortune 500, but is serving people or pushing buttons on social impact, talk about it, because that is your differential value proposition. That's the thing that they actually are interested in anyways.
So whether it's opportunities to give back to the community, whether it's opportunities to see and hear about how the company they're working for is making a difference in the community, I think those are what a lot of people are hungry for, that sometimes will make the trade-off between high pay or higher pay and somewhere where you feel like you're making a difference within the industry.
So, people say a lot of this is the great resignation, and it's actually a great migration, and they're migrating towards jobs that don't sound like labor. In fact, it sounds like love, which is, can I do what I want to do because I love doing what I want to do? And then if I do that, I'll get to grow and learn more and have better future prospects.